how you can make hundreds of thousands of dollars with just this phone. Guys, in today's video, I'm going to show you how to transform the power of having conversations with people on your phone into hundreds of thousands of dollars, even millions of dollars. Guys, I've made millions of dollars doing this with the power of cold calling. What I'm going to do is show you how you can, with anything, I don't care how old you are, I don't care about what you look like, what you sound like, it doesn't matter. What I'm going to share with you today is exactly how to cold call motivated sellers so you can go out here and do deals. Now you might be saying, oh my gosh, cold calling. Whoa. This is scary. This is freaking me out. I don't want to be cold calling right now. This sounds a little scary. Guys, I want everybody to understand this before we break everything down. I'm going to share exactly today my cold calling script for virtual wholesaling so you can go and get deals. Now, the number one thing I will tell you this, you are overcomplicating this. I'm staring at you right now. I know 99% of people watching this, you are overcomplicating your virtual wholesaling, especially when it comes to cold calling. You are psyching yourself out. You're getting way too nervous. You're getting probably more nervous than you really should be, honestly. And you are really just doubting yourself in a way which it's just not the right thing to do. And you're just overcomplicating this, right? And I don't blame you. I blame the real estate wholesaling industry. I blame the guru industry for making cold calling seem so scary and daunting. Oh, what if they say this mean thing? I'm going to share exactly how to go through all the objections today, how to use my script perfectly, and how even if you've just learned the English language like a month ago, you could still get a wholesaling real estate deal. Sounds pretty cool, doesn't it? I think so. So what we're going to do is I'm going to share with you in exactly a $1,000 cold calling script, a course, webinar, whatever it's called, whatever you want to make it. I'm going to share with you today how to master your cold call. So guys, nobody else in this business will go out here in real estate and get excited before they go call. Get excited before they go out here and do calls or learn cold calling or learn wholesaling. It's all really technical and everything's perfect and guru-y, and I hate this stuff, okay? I hate that stuff, okay? What I can tell you is in this business, we are going after one thing. We are going after our dream. We are going after what we deserve in our life. Doing real estate wholesaling deals, making a ton of money, and changing our family's life. It's about family here. And what's the best way to change your family's life? Then get the money you deserve, your family financially deserves. And how do you do that? The money ain't sitting there. The money's just not there, sitting there waiting for you to grab it. You have to earn it. It's like anything great in life. You have to go after it and get it. So what is the thing stopping you from getting those deals, getting that money, and changing your financial life for you and your family? It's learning how to get in front of these people who have discounted properties, who have ugly houses, so you can go out here and have a conversation and let them know that you're looking to buy some properties. You get the property under contract, and then you get locked up, you sell it for a big profit, you make some money. Guys, the deals are out there. You got to wake up every morning and say, who's got my money? Who has my money? I already know who's got my money. These motivated sellers, they got my money. Got the great deals. They got my money. We're ready to go. And so what's the one thing stopping us in virtual wholesaling from grabbing that money that we need, that we deserve? We got to cold call them. We got to go after it and get after it. Guys, we got sharks behind us. You know why there's sharks behind us? Because sharks don't stop. They don't stop moving. They never have their appetite is never quenched, and they always move forward and they never stop. Okay. And I want you guys to become a shark today when it comes to your cold calling, where nothing's going to stop you. Okay. Nothing. Apex predator. We're ready to go. And I think a lot of wholesalers get really, really over confused in cold calling. They get nervous. And the one thing before we break this down, I want you to understand why you are cold calling. Why? We are cold calling to change our life, change our financial destiny forever. And we have to have the utmost confidence that we are going to do everything in our power to become the best person, the best version, the best entrepreneur we possibly can. And once you have that positive mindset, it will make your wholesaling way better. So let's get into it. Let's get in the virtual wholesaling cold calling script. Let's get it going and let's talk about it. So let's talk about the first thing. You know, if you're brand new, you don't know what I'm talking about. What's this crazy guy screaming? What is cold calling? So really quick, I want you guys to know cold calling is basically the medium that most wholesalers use to go out here and find people that have ugly houses. Now in wholesaling real estate, we find people that have an ugly house. We talk to them. And how do you talk to them? You got to cold call them, right? Hey, you just call them. Hey, you want to sell your property, right? Like it's very simple. I think a lot of people complicate it. Hey, are you looking to sell your property? And if they say yes, we lock up the deal. Then we could sell that deal for a really nice assignment fee, finder's fee, whatever one you want to call it, 10, 20, 30 grand. That's it, right? So that is really cold calling at the end of the day. And if you're brand new into wholesaling, I'm really happy because a lot of people that are like a year into wholesaling, they're still super nervous to cold call or they haven't cold called yet. And it's very scary for those people. But if you're brand new and I can kind of talk to you, at the start, and so you're not scared of cold calling starting out, it's a lot better, right? So this is what we're going to talk about, and this is what we're going to break it down. So guys, guys, the first thing you have to know is stop sweating your cold calling. I think people get really nervous to cold call. I want you guys to understand two really simple things that help me overcome the fear of cold calling. So a lot of wholesalers have a fear of cold calling. Now, number one, this is super important. Your mama thinks you're cool. And I say that not in a funny way, but in an actual true way. A lot of people, before they cold call, they get really nervous because they feel like someone's going to make fun of them, or someone's going to think they're stupid, or call you a bad name, or curse at you, or say something mean. I want you to understand, if your mama thinks you're cool, who else can judge you? Okay. So when a guru goes out here and disses me, I always think, you know what? You don't think I'm cool, but my mom thinks I'm cool. And she actually knows me very well. So I don't really care what you have to say. And that's the way I think. My mom thinks I'm cool. I don't care what anyone else has to say. That's why the gurus don't affect me. But you have to understand this, that if somebody's saying mean things to you for cold calling, remember, I'm 23. So I'm a product of Call of Duty, Xbox Live chats, and online gaming. So I've been called, screamed at every name in the book. There's nothing you're going to say to faze me. And I love all these older people are like, oh, these young guys don't know how to cold call. Come on. We've been through the ringer. Xbox Live chat. So there's nothing you can say to me that's going to affect me. Okay. And so stop sweating your cold calling. If your mom thinks you're cool, your dad thinks you're cool, like, don't worry about what other people can say. And then the other part of it, and this is the part of freaking out over cold calling, is like, you're going to stink starting out, but like a video game, like you're not that good starting out, but you just get better over time. And that's anything in life. And so even with like my dad, right? Like Rick, like he can use this analogy too. His favorite video game in the 80s was Galaga. Okay. He loved Galaga. He still loves it. He wasn't good starting out, but he started playing it more and he got better. And so like, it's like, oh, I'm so scared to start this video game. It's like, expect to not be good, but like start learning. It's like learning a language. Okay. Like you're not going to be really good doing it. You're going to be terrible. You're going to fumble your words. If I'm trying to learn Spanish and I try to speak to somebody who speaks Spanish, it's terrible. But guess what? You're trying. What is the shame in trying? You're doing something to actively make you a better wholesaler, an active entrepreneur, and a better person in general. So stop freaking out over it and just do it. I can tell you, the hardest part in cold calling is the same thing as the hardest part of going to a gym. My favorite are like the really jacked bodybuilder guys that will come up to me and is like, Zach, I'm so nervous to cold call. I'm like, what? You're nervous to cold call? They're like, yeah. And I'm like, and then they'll say something really easy. I'm like, how do you get jacked? And they're like, oh, well, I eat well every single day and I consistently work out. That's how I get really jacked. And I'm like, what's the hardest part about working out? He's like, oh, the hardest part, they always say the same. The hardest part about working out is just getting in the gym. Once you're in the gym, it's kind of easy from there. But you're scared of cold call. Same thing. If you consistently cold call, it doesn't get scary anymore. And number two, the hardest part about cold calling is just clicking the dial. Once the dial's going and the hello's there, it's pretty easy from there. Because if you are at least 10 years old, you have enough experience having conversations with other human beings that having a conversation with somebody isn't that difficult. Like, you know, words, you can put words together to talk. It's not that difficult, right? And so I can tell you guys, you are 100% sweating your cold calling. Do not be freaking out over it. Okay. Let's talk about our main goal. What is the main goal for cold calling? And every guru has their own, the main goal of cold calling is to pay me $3,000. The guru is going to tell you whatever they want. Okay. Let me tell you what the real, honest, dead set truth of the goal of cold calling. The goal of cold calling is to find somebody who wants to sell the property. Just a yes. The point is a yes. The goal is a yes. Yes, I am looking to sell my property. Yes, I am interested in selling my house. That is what we're looking for. That is it. But I thought in cold calling we're supposed to close. No closing. No crazy like selling scripts. No Jordan Belfort, Wolf of Wall Street. That is not what cold calling is for wholesaling real estate. Cold calling is just getting somebody who wants to sell the property. That is it. That's all we're looking for. If somebody sells you something else, they are grossly mistaken. This is what made me a millionaire. I had a meeting today with the one of the largest wholesalers in all of Detroit, Michigan, and we're working together for a big JV thing. And he's like, man, you're really simple the way you do your processes, and it works really well. And I'm like, duh, right? Like, guys, the way I make millions of dollars in wholesaling is because I make it stupid simple, like really easy, like really simple. Don't complicate it. Okay. Bill Gates, at one time, the richest man in the entire world, he said this quote, and this was an amazing quote: simplicity scales, complexity fails. Let me say that one more time. Simplicity scales, complexity fails. I want to make sure I got that quote right. That was maybe a Steve Jobs quote. Oh, Steve Jobs quote. I always get it. Bill Gates had the Tony Robbins quote I got. All right. the person that founded Apple, basically, one of the richest men in the world, Steve Jobs. So correct myself. Simplicity scales, complexity fails. And that actually makes more sense because Apple, they sell like 5 or 6 main products. You know, they got a phone, they got computers, they got the watches, they got the AirPods, and then they got the iPad. Like 5, like mainly 5. Now they got other accessories and like 1 or 2, but like 6 or 7 products. Like that's pretty much it. And if you walk into a grocery store, it's like, right? You go to a Best Buy, it's like, ugh. Right? There's a lot of stuff going on here. But walking to an Apple store, there's like not that, it's simple. And they are, I think, the largest company in the entire world. And so you start thinking of it, it's like, make it simple. So what is our goal? Go for the yes. That is what we're focusing on. So let's just get into it. Let's talk about the script. Now, if you just heard me talk about how I make millions of dollars being really simple, you might be thinking like, Zach, what's your script? And before I reveal the script, you might, he's waiting again. I want to tell you a quick story. Before I reveal the script, I want to let you know, I started cold calling at about end of when I was 18, usually 19 years old when I like mainly got crazy on it. But like at the end of when I was 18 years old, right when I was about to turn 19, graduate high school. After I graduated high school, I was 18. I started cold calling. And when I started cold calling, I made a really stupid, like complicated script because that's what everyone was saying to do. And I was doing okay with it. Like it wasn't that good. And then I said, you know what? How have I gotten my deals when I do bandit signs? And I said, I just basically asked for basic information and I didn't sound like a robot. When I was reading these huge, long scripts, I sounded like a robot. And if this was the right property, would you be able to go and see me on Tuesday at 3 p.m.? Like I would just be reading it sounded terrible. We're an all cash solutions company. Like this doesn't sound like a real person. It's terrible, right? And I just started acting like I was doing bandit signs from there. I asked just really simple questions. And guess what happened? When I asked simple questions, I was able to have more time talking to more sellers. I started actually going out here and getting more deals because I sounded like myself. I sounded like a normal human being. And that ended up doing well because I was dealing with other VAs cold calling and I was winning, right? And so I developed this very simple script. And this script has made hundreds of thousands of people their first wholesaling deal through cold calling. And it's made me millions of dollars. And this is the script I still use in my own business. Are you ready for this? Let's break it down. Number 1, you call. So get the phone. Ring, 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 ring. All right, this is it. Hello, who's this? Hey, this is Zach. Is this the owner of 123 Main Street? Yes, this is him. Are you interested in selling that property? Yes. And then you go from there. Or they say, no, I'm not interested in selling it. Boom. That's it. That's the script. Why does the script work? Let me explain. This script is psychologically proven to be the greatest cold calling script in history for wholesaling. You know why? Because it does something that no other script in wholesaling does. That's why I'm a good salesman. I could sell this script for like $1,000. I'm telling you right now, like a little course with it, I could sell it for $1,000. You know why? I get you guys hyped up. It is psychologically the most proven script because think of your average motivated seller for a second. Think of them for a second, okay? They're sitting at home on their couch. It's like 4 p.m. They're watching Bachelors in Paradise, right? They might got their Diet Coke, sorry. You got their nice DC next to them. And they're watching their Bachelor in Paradise. They're living the life, right? Ring, ring, ring. Who is this number? I'm trying to watch if Emily and Michael are going to get together. This is ridiculous. Who in the world is this? And they go, hello? And guess what they're thinking in their head? That's how all cold calls go. How do I get this person off the phone? This is a scammer. What's going on? I want to get off the phone. I want to go back to Bachelor in Paradise. I want to go back to watching the game, right? So stereotypical, but usually sometimes the other way around. When a seller gets a phone call, I want you to understand this. Most sellers are on edge. They're getting antsy, okay? They get really antsy when they get the phone. And so I want you to understand that in wholesaling real estate, okay, no, get me off the phone. Let me watch my TV show. That is what they're doing. And so we start thinking about this like, oh shoot, this is how they're really thinking? Yes. And so if I use a regular script like, this is Zach with Zach Home Solutions. Are you looking to sell your property? Their mindset in their head is, what did I say? No. Get me off the phone. No. I don't want to talk to you. I'm going to go watch my show. That's what it is. No mode. And so if you ask them a question, psychologically, they just want to say no. They automatically want to say, are you looking to buy some stocks? No. Are you looking to go buy a life insurance? No. That's what they do all day. Sales calls. No. And so statistically, this is a fun psychological fact. We got some cool psychological books on there, but like I read a decent amount, not as much as I used to, but I'm not the biggest reader for like wholesaling, but like other stuff helps me out a lot. If you can go to somebody and I want to convince them to buy my product or whatever, all I have to do is usually get you to say 3 yeses. And then the 4th one's almost guaranteed to get a yes. Even if it's, will you buy like $100 burger, right? Like statistically, you're actually like 80% more likely to buy that burger if you say yes, yes, yes. All right. So it's like this. Do you want to buy a $100 burger? No. Too expensive, right? But if I want to sell that burger, that's what I do. Hey, do you like really nice burgers? Yes. Do you like them with a nice brioche bun? Yes. Do you like them with nice sprinkled fries? Yes. Well, we have this burger right here. Would you like to try it? It's about $100 though, but it's pretty good. Most likely it's going to be a no, obviously, but the chance of them saying yes increases like insane, like 80, 90%, because they said 3 yeses before. And so with the script, why it works so well, it's stupid simple, but it's really complicated at the end of it. Now, when you call somebody, say they're interested in something, why don't you make it more simple? Call them, hey, are you looking to sell your property? They're in no mode. Ain't going to work. But what if I ask them a question that I know is going to be a yes? Hey, Mr. Seller, are you the owner of 123 Main Street? Yes. Yes, I am. We got a yes. And guess what you do? Once you ask this question, you throw them off. I'm telling you right now, you throw these sellers off like crazy. And it's really like punching them. That's the way, my best explanation for this is like, you literally punch them in the face. You punch them in the face with your words. And what I mean by this, if you ask the seller, are you the owner of the property? They're like, what? Yeah, what's going on? And they're like, is my kid in trouble at school? Did my family member get arrested? Did someone, unfortunately, in the hospital? Is this a long lost lover? Is this Jamie from high school from 1984? Like, who is this? Who could this be? Did I win $1 million? Like, there's a lot of anticipation. And so you really got to think about this. Like, have you ever got calls that was like, hey, is this Zach Ginn? Like, I get that all the time. Now, before 2015, I was like, yeah, this is him. Now I get people just calling me they skip trace me and they try to call me. I don't answer it. But I tell you, it's like, it piques your interest. Like, where's this person want now? They know where I live. And they're going to listen to whatever you say. And they're not going to be in no mode. They're going to be like actively listening. And they already said yes. So they're statistically more likely to say yes to wanting to sell their property. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you make money in wholesaling. You get a great script like this. So are you the owner of 123 Main Street? And are you interested in selling that property? That is it. That is my script. Do not complicate it. Do not get all guru-y on me. That is it. So now what do you say? What if they actually do want to sell it? What do we say? You don't even have to know wholesaling. I can tell you what it is, okay? If they say yes, you get that yes, we just focus on 2 things. We get MCTP, which I'll explain, and then we just get off that dang phone. That is it, okay? MCTP, get off the phone. All right. They say yes, I'm looking to sell my property. Now, the biggest problem people have is like, oh my gosh, okay, what do I say now? I'm freaking out. Like, what do I say? Guys, I think that's the biggest problem people have is like, they're actually not scared to get the yes. They're scared of what to say after they get the yes. Because now they want to sell like a salesperson. You don't have to sound like a salesperson. You just have to, for any conversation with the seller, like any conversation, all I have to do is think of four questions to ask. MCTP. Let's talk about MCTP, okay? Number 1, motivation. That's the M in MCTP. M, motivation. Hey, Mr. Seller, why are you looking to sell the property? Pretty simple question, right? Like, why are they looking to sell it? Number 2, can you tell me a little bit about the property? The roof, AC, does it need repairs? 3, time frame. Can you tell me when are you looking to sell the property? Are you looking to sell the property in a week, a month, a year? Like, when are you looking to sell it? And last is price. What price are you looking to sell it? What's the ballpark range you're looking to sell the property? That, guys and gals, is MCTP. And then from there, you remember, you get MCTP, and then we just, hey, Mr. Seller, is it okay if I look at this property a little further, talk with my partner, and I give you a call back, see if I can go see the property in the future? That's it. And that, like, guys, I want you to understand that is it. Like, are you the owner of the property? Are you interested in selling it? Can you tell me why you're looking to sell the property? Can you tell me about the property? When are you looking to sell the property? And what price you're looking to sell it for? And then that's great. Let me get some more information. Let me talk to my partner if this is a good fit for us, and we'll go and call you back. That's it. Like, do you see how simple I make it? I make it simple on purpose because I think a lot of wholesale is really complicated. So I want people to know. So the question is like, how do you nail the first 5 seconds of that call? It's pretty simple. To nail them, you got to get that yes. So how do you get that yes? Are you looking to sell the property? Are you the owner? Are you interested? Like, there's different ways you can mix it up, but really, how do you nail the first 5 seconds? Go by the script. Are you the owner of 123 Main Street, and are you interested in selling the property? And I want you to understand this too. Now, that is what the script basically is. Now, I could tell you, some cold calls can go off the rails. Like, they could ask random questions, and you're gonna have to know what to say. Guess what? Before your palms get sweaty, knees weak, mom spaghetti. Okay, you are going to learn today how to go over these because 95% of the crazy conversation you're gonna have, I'm gonna tell you what to say. All right. So this is how you basically get over any single crazy point somebody asks you. Okay. It's just know your purpose and explain it if need be. What do I mean by this? Know your purpose for why you're calling. What is your purpose for calling? You and your partner are looking to buy some properties for cash in the area. So somebody might ask you a question like, why are you calling me? Or how did you get my number? How did you get my information? Stuff like that. Well, it was probably my partner. And the reason why we're calling is, why are you calling? Why are you calling? Me and my partner are looking to buy some properties in the area for cash. And this seems like a good area we're looking to buy. And that's why we're calling. But why calling me is so rude and disrespectful? Well, we'd rather call you than knock on your door and, have you walk up to the door and bother you from there. That's kind of why we call. Like, you just know your purpose. And that is honestly your purpose. And any objection you can get, hey, hating on me, I'm just doing my purpose, right? Expect the unexpected, right? And so how do you have the best success with your cold calling, right? Obviously, you see it from me, but it takes experience. But it's just the power of authority and confidence. So you guys might see I do live cold calls about once or twice a month. And I have extreme authority and extreme confidence when I talk to my motivated sellers. I have the utmost belief in myself when I talk to a seller that I can help them out and I can buy their property for cash. The utmost belief in my heart that I can do it. So it all comes down to the power of authority and the power of confidence. And how do you remember, what's the definition of confidence? The definition of confidence is a belief in yourself of what you're saying with the words you say. You don't have to have experience for confidence. You guys see that with some people. You just have to believe in what you're saying. And so if I tell you, me and my partner are looking to buy a property for cash, I believe that because my cash buyers got the money. Okay. So I completely believe what I'm saying and I have authority. And it's like me saying, I can say this with 100% confidence. Me and Kobe Bryant combined have over 5 championship rings in the NBA. I can say that with all confidence that me and Kobe combined. Okay. Me and Tom Brady combined have won 7 NFL championships. If you combine our accolades together, it comes down to 7 NFL championships. It's true. And I believe that statement. So I'm very confident when I say that. Right. And so I think you guys have to understand the difference between having this big ego or it's just have the confidence. And how do you get better at it? You just keep doing it, right? Just practice. Go in that gym, getting the reps in. It's like anything, And so let's go over some objections you might get. And so you don't even have to even know these objections because pretty much if you have the confidence, you don't have to deal with it. But let me just break down what some of the bigger ones are just in case, it comes up and you'll know. And so you have this video as a quick handy guide for it. Okay. So let's break it down. Number 1, who is this? What do you want? Hey, my name is Zach. Me and my partner looking to buy some properties in the area. That is who I am. That's it. What's your company? Oh, it's just my name. I just buy it in my own name, my partner's name, right? That's it. What do you want? I'm looking to see if anybody in the area is looking to sell their property. I'm not aggressive with it. I'm just seeing if anybody out here is. If you're not, hey, no big deal. I'll just go to the next person, right? I'm looking to buy it. That sounds aggressive. You could do it in your purpose, but if someone's aggressive with me, I try to diffuse it. And I always say, me and my partner are seeing if anybody in the area was just looking for it. I'm just saying. That's it, right? And then the next one is, this is aggressive, but what's your offer? Huh? You're looking to buy my property? Huh? What's your offer? What's your offer? What's your offer? And it's so aggressive. And I've said this every time, but it's true. I'm in Florida. There's a lot of New Yorkers in Florida. Everybody from the Bronx and sometimes Brooklyn, they are the most aggressive with this thing. If you have a seller who is from the Bronx or Brooklyn, they will hit that's just how they talk though. They're nice people, but they're to the point. And I respect it. They're like, what's your offer? What's the cash offer right now? Just tell me, we don't have to waste our time. I get that a lot. And the thing is, if you get aggressive with them, you're just fueling the fire, right? You fuel fire with fuel, it's going to get worse, right? And so I ask, what's your offer? What's your offer? What's your offer? I always use the car analogy. And what's the car analogy? Hey, Mr. Seller, have you ever bought in a car? And the reason why I asked for 2 things. First of all, I'm giving them a reason why I'm not getting the offer right now. And number 2, to throw them off a little. Wait, cars? Yeah, I've bought in a car. Because now they're not aggressive. They're thinking. Now they're not on the offensive. They're on the defensive. What I'm telling you, it's really simple, but it's really deep. It can get as deep as you want to go with psychology of human beings. But have you ever bought in a car? Yes, I've bought in a car before. Well, when you bought the car, before you bought it, did you have to test drive it? Yeah, before I bought it, I had to test drive it. Well, same thing like a house. I can't go and buy the house or give you an offer without me seeing it and test driving it. Unless the house is completely perfect and there's a new roof and all these new things, I have to go test drive it and see it first. Oh, that kind of makes sense. Okay. So can you tell me a little about the property just so I have a guesstimate? We go from there, right? The last one's how do you get my number? Hey, my partner, he just gave me a list. Just guys, you'll never do well if you're the problem and they're looking for someone to be upset with. Blame the other guy. Okay. Blame the other person. All right. Oh, my partner, he gave me a list. I don't know how he got it. He probably got it from the county of people that own property that were below this amount or what we can get for rent, right? Sometimes I get probates. They're like, are you targeting me because it's a probate? No, I'm targeting it because your property right here is in a good range for us to buy rental properties or to flip it. That's probably why. That's simple, right? I want you guys to understand that is my script. That is it. I think a lot of wholesalers really freaked out. They really try to really overcomplicate this. But if you keep the script simple and you use the script, you'll do fine. Now, you might have some questions like, Zach, what's the best list for cold calling? What is the best cold calling dialer? What's the best skip tracing? Do I need skip tracing? I do free skip tracing. I got no money. How do I do all this stuff? How can I watch your live cold calls? Here's the cool part. Just go to freewholesaling.com. It's my free real estate wholesaling course. And I have probably over, I think 10 to 15 hours of cold calling content. That's all you're really going to need to know on exactly how to skip trace, how to pull the best cold calling lists, where are the worst cold calling lists. I'll give you a quick hint. Pre-foreclosures are one of the worst cold calling lists. Probates are one of the best cold calling lists. And how to use a dialer. If you're going to use one, should you use a dialer? How to use a free dialer. I have free auto dialers. I can show you how to set up too in freewholesaling.com. Freewholesaling.com is like the one-stop shop to learn wholesaling. It's all there. It's free. It is literally a $7,000 cold calling course. It's a $7,000 wholesaling course. You get absolutely for free. So go to freewholesaling.com. That's where it's at.